I've had another request from Andy to do Handsworth Church, so on my way into Sheffield today I thought I'd do it, but I thought I couldn't not show you the water trough, but it's not a water trough anymore, it's a flower planter, and I'll just show you the Old Plaza Cinema as I walk up to the church. And it's funny because the Old Plaza Cinema that became a bowling alley is now the Grace Church. I'll just quickly show it you. It's quite a nice cinema, I understand, in there, but shut down before I was born. So I'll have a walk up to the church now, which is just up here on Handsworth Top. But both my parents came from Handsworth. I was christened at this church. My mum and dad married here in '63. I was christened here in '64. I'm assuming my mother was christened here as well, I think in '43. So let's get up to the church. So even back in the 1980s, when I stayed at my grandparents for a week, Handsworth still felt very much like a village. Still got more and rights at Handsworth, but it's changed immensely, and I think they ruined it when they put the big Asda there, or Walmart, whatever they call it. We were right outside St Mary's Church. Give you a view. I might just walk across the road and give you a view from the other side of the road. So just before I show you St Mary's Church, I thought I'd just show you the Chantry Inn, but I think it was the Cross Keys, wasn't it? Or the New Cross, I think it was the Cross Keys rather than the New Cross Keys. And then they've changed the names. They seem to change most of the names in Handsworth. I don't get any of that at all. But let's get on to the church now. So it was built, it said, in about 1200 I think. If we can believe what the history books say anymore. But it's a bit sad, you can see that they've had to put mesh all over the actual windows. Now there is a nice rectory I think round the back, but not really going to encroach on the rectory. I just show you the church itself. I've done a longer video on Handsworth, but Andy asked me specifically to do a more intense video on the church itself, so that's why I'm here. So does anybody else have any connections with this church or with Handsworth? I can remember getting off the bus when I stayed at my grandparents for a week and walking down the side of Employ, and it was just so peaceful back then, Handsworth. Certainly not anymore. Feels a very disturbed place from what I remember, which is a shame. So there's a bit of a notice board. I'm never sure when things started being called Mass, because I didn't think Church of England called it Mass. I've never known it as that when I used to go to church all the time. Thought that was more a Catholic thing, Mass. Worst thing is I'm actually all dressed up today. I thought I ought to show that I can dress up, because everybody looks so scruffy in Sheffield nowadays. and I'm walking around the graveyard in my nice shoes. To be honest with you, I'm not that keen on walking around graveyards themselves. I do think the graveyards are probably a distraction, and I get that from Miss Havisham and Dave Evany. I think we're just behind the back of the pub. I think it's now called, is it Chancery? But it's not the original name. And I have a story about that. My granddad was sat in there, my grandma, and I think a coffin come through the wall or something. Bit of a shock, innit, when you're having a drink. But looking at the church, I don't know how a coffin could have come through the wall unless there was a downstairs in it. To be honest, I know I was christened here and my parents were married here. I think the church really needs some TLC, to tell you the truth. To me, it wants a real good clean up. If I can see the rectory, I'll just show you the rectory around the corner. But does anybody know any interesting facts about the church? Is anybody important buried here? So I think it may be a private venue now, because it says Old Rectory, Handsworth, weddings, events and celebrations. You can have a quick walk down here. We've got St Mary's Community Hub. Just a bit little thing here on people that died, more people dying in the First World War and the Second World War. What these people would say about us giving away our freedoms. They fought for our freedoms and against invasions, whereas our generation and the previous generation seem to have sat back and allowed things to happen. So I'm just coming down the path on it. It's not a great day at the moment, but it's been better than it was yesterday. Pretty dirty. So we've got two graveyards. I just really want to just show you the entrance way to the old rectory, because it might bring back memories for people. I think one of my grandmas was a Sunday school teacher here, but it is sort of a private, I think, round here nowadays. So that's all I'm really going to show you around the back of here. So it's just striking 12 o'clock. It just shows you, to me it's a private place now, so I'll respect that. Weddings, events and celebrations. But if you can like the video, follow the channel, click on notifications for new videos in the future, and I do requests. Andy's made a couple of requests. One for this and also one for Hanover Street in Sheffield, so I do grant them if they're reasonable requests. So that's over and out from Handsworth in Sheffield.